All right. So I wanted to bring Tresca on to say hello once again for the new agents as well. Tresca is with Land Title of America. She's one of our preferred title companies that we just absolutely love working with. Has given us a lot of good insight. They will be back to do some Zoom training on final settlement statements and ALTAs so that we can fully understand what we're presenting to our clients and what closing costs look like and everything like that. So Tresca, if you want to introduce yourself to those that haven't met you yet.
Hi, my name is Tresca. I work with Land Title of America. I am here to help you guys. We have a lot of different resources to make sure that all of your transactions go really smoothly. I can answer most of your questions. So if you ever need me for anything, you can text, call me, or email me, and I'll be able to help you really quickly. I know we just talked about coming back for a class on the 13th, correct?
Yes, and that's
Yes.
confirmed. The 13th, which is Wednesday, the 13th at 4 p.m., and that will be held on Zoom. And I will, Tresca and I will send out a calendar invite for that as well.
Yes. And then I know you wanted me to talk a little bit about the process of everything. So what I do is you guys get the contract signed, you send it over to me, I send it to our underwriter, and they do a title search on the property and all that. Then they give me the title search, and it gives me a list of requirements that I have to meet in order to give the buyer a clear title, and they get fully covered with title insurance. And then I also do the closing paperwork and all of those things. And I try to help you guys with any questions that you have. I want to be here as a tool and a resource for you. Yeah.
So Tresca, do you do any, so say for instance, we have a listing that's coming up or potentially coming up. Do you want to talk about any preliminary title work that you may offer and if there's any cost involved with that?
Yes. So unlike other title companies, we do pencil searches, and those are free to you guys. So you can just send me over the address and we'll do a preliminary title search on it. It'll tell you the owner of record, if the taxes were paid, if there's any mortgages, liens, violations, dues, anything on the property that we can find just through looking at the public records and things like that. And I'm really good at those. I do those all the time. And sorry. Yeah, so I do those all the time. I do them every day. Sorry, it kept going. Yeah, so I also do foreclosure sale searches. So I'm very, very familiar with pencil searches and doing title searches and things like that. So we do offer that, and they are completely free to you. And it is nice to have that resource. So when you are going into a listing appointment or anything like that, then you can know exactly what you're getting yourself into. You know if there's a mortgage on the property, or if there is maybe a lien or something they didn't know about or they forgot about or whatever. You know everything about that property before you walk into your listing appointment.
Perfect. And then are there any costs involved with that preliminary?
No, free to you guys.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yes.
So also, you know, a lot of times we'll get some title paperwork from the title company. I understand that the title company, once we go under contract, they ask for your seller's information, the buyer's information, emails, the listing agent's information. So you always want to provide that stuff, as much information as you possibly can, to the title company so that they can then send the title work out to the proper and correct parties that need to receive it. Now, if there is any hiccups on title work, something outstanding, something that stands out to Tresca, you know, that we may overlook because we don't look at title work on a daily, then Tresca will you'll reach out to us and kind of say, hey, look, there's a red flag on this. You know, there may be an outstanding lien, something like that. Maybe there's another owner on the property and she doesn't have their contact information. So she will reach out and say, hey, look, you know, this other owner is on there, or hey, this shows that it's owned by a company and not necessarily these people. Do they have some kind of a power of attorney or something like that? Can they show ownership of the business so that they can actually sell the company, or, you know, the property, the real estate, and sign for it? If you ever have any of those types of situations, and it is a power of attorney type situation, she will also help kind of walk you through the steps of what we'll need to take for that power of attorney, what needs to be signed, and how soon it needs to get to her in order to close on time, right? Perfect. All right. Well, that's about it for you. I know you're a busy woman. I don't want to keep you on for, you know, the next half hour. You're welcome to stay if you'd like, but thank you for jumping on and giving us a good solid resource for title.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank
Talk
you.
to you soon.
Okay, bye.
And also Tresca is also her mother owns the Blue Wave next door. So we actually next door to the office here. So we actually lucked out by getting introduced to Tresca. Land Title of America has been an amazing resource for us. They're always willing to help. They're very, very involved in the real estate industry and the networking opportunities. They are always there. They're always providing lunches. And any way they can be involved with the real estate market, they are usually right there, especially when it comes to any areas in St. Augustine or what have you. Now, if you have a property that's in Jacksonville, it doesn't mean that you cannot use Land Title as a potential for your title work. You can absolutely do that. If there is somebody that ever needs to sign that cannot make it, you know, to the closing table, then we will set up a notary for that. Hi, Sam. How are you?
Hey, how are you guys? How's it going?
Good.
Hello.
I'm recording so that we can go ahead and send this out to everybody later. I know it's been a crazy day for a lot of folks. So I also wanted to, I brought Tresca on. She was talking about a little bit of preliminary title work, things like that. So once I send out the recording, if you want to review some of that, there's some good stuff on there. And she was so kind as to join us today. I also want to throw out a reminder that Priscilla, our transaction coordinator, would love to have any of your links for reviews. You know, as our files close, we want to make sure that we are getting as many reviews as possible. You know, one of our last trainings or the one before, I know it was recent, we did we talked a little bit about Google and how to stand out on Google and how to get those reviews, how to upload those reviews, things like that. And that's going to help us in so many ways. So we want to make sure that we're getting those reviews from our clients, especially the ones that we've closed. And I actually went over this morning, I went over to the Wendy's just right here by the office. And I thought it was the cutest thing because I went over there just to get a cup of coffee. And I thought it was the cutest thing because this gal, and she's always super sweet, she handed me this little note. And she goes, here, if you have a chance, will you please write me a review? And I just thought, my gosh, she said she hand wrote it. And it says, talk to Wendy's.com. She gave me the website. She gave me your name. She gave me the store number. And my goodness. And she says 9-5 drive through 6 to 4 p.m. And she even put highly satisfied on survey. She even told me what to put on the survey. And I just thought that was the sweetest thing. And my goodness, if folks over at Wendy's are actually doing things like this, how that can, impact us in our real estate careers is absolutely huge as well. And especially seeing this and getting this today, it's just a constant reminder that, we should be following suit. We
Right.
need to keep up on those kinds of things. So absolutely get any review links that you have. And if you don't have any, let's get together and let's make sure that we start getting those links created for you. If you missed the Google link training, I know I had emailed that out. So anybody that did not receive it, I will go ahead and resend that out to you because it was a great training. So keep that in mind when you're out there, and like I said before, even if you have a family member or a cousin or a brother, send out your review links to everybody and say, hey, give me a good review. I'm a real estate agent. I need to be as successful as I can be. And honest to goodness, anytime you go and you look at a product on Amazon or any Walmart.com or whatever it is, you're going to be looking at those reviews. And so that right now is just more important than ever. And I can't say it enough to get those reviews in there and get them in front of everybody. Okay. So I also wanted to say that anybody who is interested in rental leads, please let me know. I am really trying to find a company or an agent that does rentals more or less exclusively or not. That's okay. But we're definitely looking for somebody to be able to take these rentals. Rentals are always good leads because you can turn these leads into a home sale. If they're looking to rent, it's a good opportunity for you to be able to get in front of these folks and say, hey, well, why are you renting? What's going on? Maybe these people, you just got to find their objections. Maybe they, don't have the greatest of credit score. Maybe they don't have any money saved up, and just kind of start throwing some of those objections, some of those responses over to them. Then, hey, did you know that there are government programs that help you with down payment? Did you know that you can buy a home with as little as a 580 credit score or as little as $1,000 down? There are ways. And right now, we are seeing homes that are sitting on the market longer, right? And it's a good time for those buyers that don't have a ton of money down or can't afford any closing costs to get out there and start shopping. Because I tell you, if my home was sitting on the market for 60 days and somebody needed $10,000 in closing costs, I was motivated to sell, that wouldn't be a hard decision. It wouldn't be a hard decision, and it would get our home sold. So definitely something to continue to think about. Anybody who even has a possible thought of home ownership, get them connected with the lenders and get that process started. Even my son came to me and he was like, well, what do I do? And I'm like, well, let's put a plan together. Let's put a plan together. Let's get you through the lender. Let's see what they say. And let's put a plan together. My son don't have thousands of dollars saved for closing costs and things like that. But my goodness, there's new home builders out there that are willing to pay that stuff. Right now, I would highly offer those types of things to even the pre-owned homes and those sellers out there that are motivated to sell. I also wanted to say that we are doing KV Core trainings. Sam and Mel would like to do some KV Core training in the evenings. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing that. And anybody who would like to join in over Zoom is welcome to, so that we can kind of work with everybody's schedule. And, I'm trying my best just to be as flexible and adaptable for everybody, because it's the most important time right now to be the best that you can be, and that is in every way. Okay. These, the Home Tour Tuesdays and different things like that is just a good way, and it's a good resource for you to be able to latch onto and put yourself out there as a realtor. Right now we are kind of seeing a sustained change. So what that means is just kind of not a lot of things have been changing, other than we have been sustaining with that change of homes staying on the market a little bit longer, and really having to get back to those basics with our clients, create those relationships, in order to get them to that closing table. A couple of years back, prior to COVID and things like that, our time frame to get somebody to the closing table was approximately 3 to 6 months. Okay, from the time they started looking on different websites, searching for homes, things like that, they were it would take them approximately a month to finally be able to reach out to a lender. It would take them approximately another month to finally get things in place to where they would be able to qualify. It would take us about another month to find the perfect home for them in a low inventory situation. And then it could take potentially 2 to 3 months for us to finally find that home, get that offer in on it, and make sure that it works for them. So we're kind of seeing those same things again, but not, don't discourage yourself, anything like that. It just that means that we have to recreate the way that we do our business. Get rid of all the stuff that's really not serving you. If you are putting money into anything that is not generating that business for you, I highly recommend that you trim the fat. Make sure that you are getting all the education that you need. More important than ever, number one right now is training, training, training. And I hate to sound that way, but everybody needs to make sure that once they are able to get in front of that client, they are going to be able to shoot off that information that client is looking for in that education, so that they stick with you as an agent. I also highly recommend really reaching out beyond your scope of real estate. So if you've been just residential, maybe we really do start looking into the education, a lot of the education through NEFAR or St. Augustine Board of Realtors, some of Stellar, on different things like short sales, foreclosures, things like that. I think staging is a pretty tough one to take on. A lot of agents enjoy staging. I personally don't. I say that if you're going to stage someone's house, if they don't like the way you staged it, they're going to be unhappy with you as a realtor. So I always like to put that off on somebody else. But if you want to get into staging for other people's properties, that may be an option. Keep in contact with all of your referral business, people that and just keep informed on what is going on. The biggest thing, the only thing that we can do right now is make sure that we are not getting lazy in the real estate market and keep our foot on the gas, because we are going to stand out beyond what any other agent is doing. There are a lot of real estate agents that are not practicing currently. Last year it was 1/3 of real estate agents, when it was time to renew, 1/3 of real estate agents nationally had not renewed their license. It's really our time to flourish. I see that's going to more than likely happen again this year. And that's a positive thing for us, because the people that are strong, the people that are putting their head down, the people that are focused, the ones that are getting the education and getting the training and doing everything they can to be present out in that market, are definitely the ones that are going to succeed. And we want to be that household name. Okay, we want to have our name as the household realtor. You know, I have many families where I've been their household realtor. My son's buying, my daughter's buying, you know, my friend wants to buy a house, my friend wants to buy my house, so I'm going to move over here, and all these things. And that's huge. That's huge. I got a ton of business just from the people that I sold one house to, and it continues to just roll and roll and roll. You know, no matter what, people are going to be always buying and selling. There's no doubt about it. That's never going to stop, whether it's a flipper, whether it's a foreclosure, whether it is a referral, whether it is commercial real estate, a commercial property. Real estate is constantly going to continue to change hands. So we want to put ourselves in the right positions to be able to get in front of these people and make sure that we are involved in one manner or other, one form or other, right? And the market saturation is going to be a lot less. So we just need to make sure we're also, as much as we can, get out there to these realtor events, and start maintaining these relationships with title companies and lenders and these things, because you never know where your next referral is going to come from. I had a gal that reached out to me, and Jessica, this is who I was telling you about. She just reached out to me and said, "Hey, Ciara, you know, I've worked with her before." She goes, I just don't do the St. Augustine area. I ran into a gentleman. He wants to sell his property. Will you take him over? And I said, well, sure, no problem. Did I know that was coming? I had no idea. But those are the types of things that can absolutely make a difference in our day-to-day careers and, you know, our next home sale. And then to continue to track to get those referrals. We need to just continue to be open-minded to changes and adapt where you need to adapt, and just be willing to change with the market. You know, right now it is a time where agents are either going to be stuck or their strength is going to thrive. And that is all there is to it. So make sure you have a good understanding of how the market's changing. And I can guarantee you that you are going to be one of the ones that is going to be, your strength is going to be thriving. And we are gonna be one of the stronger offices of the area, because we're able to continue to adapt with these changes, and we need to get ahead of the game. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself, make sure that your family is taken care of, and make changes that need to be made and continue on as strong as you can in the real estate field. Okay. Yeah, you just never know. And if you're ever, you know, if you're ever like, oh my goodness, you know, I just haven't sold anything. Well, just know that you're not the only one that's going through those types of things. I'm not trying to worry anybody, but also please feel free to reach out and just have that discussion. Be like, hey, you know, reach out to the people that can give you good insight. Reach out to the people that you can trust, that what you're saying or how you're venting or different things about real estate are not going to go beyond that person. Don't ever consider yourself any kind of failure because you haven't sold in, you know, a couple weeks or a month or what have you. Don't ever consider that yourself as a failure. Consider yourself that you have the strength to keep pushing forward. And that's exactly what's going to stand out, because you're adapting, and you're recognizing what's going on in the market. You know, your highs are we have our highs and we have our lows in real estate, and not everybody is doing bad. The good real estate agents are out there still selling homes. The market reports are showing that our home prices are still increasing. Okay, so we have not been decreasing. However, I reached out to a couple new home builders this morning, just to ask, how's the market? What are you guys selling? How's how's the community doing? Different things like that. And I did run into a home builder that said, oh yeah, we had a $10,000 price decrease. that's the first time I've heard that, since I couldn't tell you how long, because just 2 months ago, another community had a $10,000 increase, and that was the second one in 30 days. So, you know, those are the types of things that come. They're very interesting to find out, very interesting to know, just to see how your market's going, and what the potential is there, with these new home builders, creating those relationships, and just make sure that, you know, like I said, you have a good support system in place, as well, to keep yourself thriving. And everyone, in all honesty, it's just been an absolute blessing. Everybody that has been with us here at the office, even on Zoom, everybody is out there doing things that can allow them to adapt, so to continue pushing forward in real estate. And that has just been an absolutely amazing thing. So I want to say congratulations to everybody for that. That's not easy to do, and it's not easy to toggle between work, home, and another, you know, real estate, and this and that, and it's not an easy thing to do. So, you know, congratulations, and pat yourself on the back for that. I know you all have your hands full, and there's a lot of things going on, but keep in mind that I'm here for you, and I will continue to keep the education going, and anything that I can possibly do in my power to ensure that you're constantly heading in the right direction. So just know that I'm here for you. And today's National Cheese Pizza Day. So, you know, you can go on out and celebrate that. I may have to do that myself. I know
nice.
we had pizza yesterday, but hey, why not? Pizzas, you just can't go wrong with pizza. So I will be continuing to send out some more Zoom and calendar invites. I apologize for flooding your inboxes this morning, but you know, just any information that I find is going to be useful to everybody, I want to go ahead and make sure that I send out any resources. And if everybody can help with that as well, anything that you see or get sent, you know, that you may find beneficial to everybody else, or an avenue that you'd like me to explore that got put in front of you, let me know. Feel free to reach out and say, hey, have you ever heard of this company? This is what they're saying they're doing. Is this true? I'll usually say, well, send me over the contract. We'll take a look at it, you know, or yes, I've heard of them. They're terrible, waste of money. Or I'll tell you, you know, maybe it might be worth a try, you know. But I also have a huge network of other people that I reach out to and say, hey, if I haven't heard of a company, I'll say, hey, what do you guys think about this? Have you heard of these people? Has anyone in your office had success with doing this? So I'm always happy to reach out and do those things for everybody. And that's kind of what I have for you today. So I will be sending out the calendar invites for Wednesday the 13th at 4 o'clock. That is going to be title work and settlement statements. I would like to, you know, kind of maybe put land title on some sort of a continuing education for everybody, because we constantly have, you know, we have new agents with us now. We have, and I just want to make sure everybody's getting that information, but those sessions will be recorded as well. So I'll be sending that out. And if you would like to join us for the KV Core trainings, I know that everybody wanted to run through those trainings again. And it's definitely a good, you know, a good resource for us to be able to utilize the tools and everything that are right there in front of us that we already own, you know. So and utilize them in ways that we can leverage as much as possible, to, you know, for our own growth, and at least be able to get a couple buyers or a couple sellers out of it, right? So constantly, you know, remember to market yourself. Tomorrow evening is the broker open. I sent out a big invite for everybody is it tomorrow evening, or is that tonight? Let me look really quick. It's
Tomorrow.
Wednesday, tomorrow evening. And that is for a $3.4 million oceanfront home. Absolutely gorgeous. There's going to be other realtors there. It's from 4 to 7. And I highly encourage you to join me. I'm going, Stacy's going. I don't know who else is confirmed yet. But it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to meet some new people. And you can really get some great social media content from it. So I encourage you to join me tomorrow evening. And then if there's anything else that comes up, please feel free to share. I would like everyone to, any upcoming listings or pocket listings that anybody has, any market insights or anything, I would like everyone kind of at the end of some of our meetings to be able to join in and be able to pitch what they have going on. Just like, I don't know if most of you know, I have a piece of property that I have been trying to sell. And, it's just one of those things. It's an oceanfront lot. It's $1 million. There's no home built on it yet, but any information or insight that anybody can give to say, hey, have you tried this? Let's collaborate together and let's figure out, what we can do to help each other out. So that's all I have for you today. Did you folks have anything, Jessica or Sam, or anything, any questions that you wanted to join or ask while we're on?
For me, I'm good. Everything is okay.
Okay, good. Jessica, how about you, girlfriend?
I'm looking forward to some more KV core training. So let me know when that's happening.
I will. I'll send out the calendar invites. Like I said, they'll be in more or less in the evenings, not too late, but just enough time for anybody that is working during the day to be able to join in and participate, and we can at least talk, ask questions and everything like that. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. And we sat through Sam, Mel, and I, we were together for about 4 hours yesterday, and we went through about an hour of the KV core training video again. And, there's just so much that I learned, even from the first time I saw it again. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, I can utilize that. Oh yeah, that's on there. So,
I know so much. It was overwhelming. I was like, even writing it down, you're like, okay, where was that button? I know he told us.
Yeah,
So
and
no,
it was really a lot of fun. I really enjoyed sitting there and watching it again. I'm like, wow, this was great. So, yes, I'll definitely get that sent out. So other than that, that's all I have for you today. And I look forward to potentially seeing you tomorrow evening. And I will send out the calendar invites for everything else. And same with Thursday training. I'm sure we'll have something good for that. Just trying to work my best to keep ahead of everybody on what everybody needs. If there is ever anything that you as though would be a good thing for you to be able to learn, or a subject that you want me to teach on, please let me know. And I'll be sure to incorporate that into one of our Thursday trainings. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Thanks so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.